In this week's Parsha, we read about the amazing story of Eliezer going to find a wife for Yitzchak. And the Torah goes into great detail. It gives us every little conversation, every back and forth that happened throughout the story. And in fact, really, the story is repeated twice. One when it happens, and then Eliezer repeats the story to Rivka's family about all the things that happened. And Rashi tells us we learn an amazing thing from here. Not only could we learn lessons from our avos, from our forefathers, we can even learn lessons from the servants of our forefathers. The Torah goes into such great lengths because there's so much to learn from these stories. I think one of the most amazing things you learn from this story is by watching Eliezer, watching what he does, watching how he acts. When he comes to the well, when he comes to the city to look for Rivka, what's the first thing that he does? He davens. When he's done, what does he do? He thanks Hashem. Avram gave Eliezer instructions, but did he instruct Eliezer to daven? The psukim don't tell us that. And I think we learn an incredibly powerful lesson. Eliezer didn't need to be told by Avram to daven. Eliezer lived in Avram Avinu's house. He knew whenever you need to do something, you daven. Whenever Hashem gives you something, you thank Hashem. It was just so contagious. It was when you lived around Avram Avinu, it just became natural. And that's why Eliezer did these things even without being told. What an amazing lesson for us. You know, all the things we do, we go out throughout our day, we think on some level they only affect us, but it's not true. The people around us, for sure the people who live in our house, for sure our children, they see everything we do. They learn lessons from everything we do. When we do positive things, when we daven, when we learn, when we do mitzvos, our children see that. And they want to copy us. They want to do the same thing. And if chas v'shalom we do the opposite, if God forbid we do the opposite, we're doing things we're not supposed to be doing, then our children see that as well. The people around us see that as well. So if the servants of Avram Avinu knew everything they're supposed to do just by observing and watching Avram Avinu, and therefore by the time they were done it came natural to them, the same thing would apply to us. We have to take on that responsibility. We have to realize that what we do not only affects ourselves, what we do affects all the people around us as well. We have the power to make service of Hashem, to make thanking Hashem, davening to Hashem. We have the power to make that contagious. We have the power to influence the people around us. So let's strengthen ourselves. Let's do the right thing, not only for ourselves. Let's do it for the people around us as well, for our family, for our friends, for our community, for our children. Whatever we're going to do, when we are positive role models for them, they're going to see the lessons that we teach them, the lessons that we ourselves were living, and they're going to do it as well. Have a great, great Shabbos.